Hey everybody, Josiah here, also known as Chilling Silence, and we got some really cool news coming out of AntumID today. So AntumID is based on top of DigiByte, and they've gone and added a whole lot of additional services and supporting infrastructure and cool things that you can do on top of the vanilla DigiByte. So today they've gone and released a couple of apps. So what we can see up here is we have their AntumID Authenticator app. This is made by Matthew, MC Trivia, so thank you to Matthew for making this. This is really cool to see as well. This is a standalone DigiByte Authenticator. Now, in addition to this, they've also got their first app for MyDigiPassword. Now, MyDigiPassword is a deterministic password manager. So it uses both your private key along with the URL of where you're trying to go to and generates you the password dynamically each time in the same way. So this is what we mean by deterministic. It's every single time it generates you that same password. Now, this is really important because at no point is your password ever kept there on any of their services, for example. So you don't have to worry about, let's say your phone gets stolen. That's okay because it's not stored there. If your desktop gets stolen, again, your password is not stored there. Or in your browser, if your account gets compromised, for example, your password is not stored there, and that's really quite important. So they've got a really cool thing going on here, really solid-looking password manager, and it looks like this has the potential to rival all of the things like LastPass and all of those other browser plugins that remember your password and keep them safe and synced. So, really cool to see here from AntumID. I'm super stoked about this. Great stuff. Thank you to AntumID as well for their continued support of DigiByte. Now, I've also gone and written up a bit of a blurb here on the importance of Bech32, and I kind of go into it a little bit about what's going on, why it's important, and that kind of general thing, but most importantly, what I do talk about is wallets. And this is kind of like a last call, if you will, for wallets to add support for it before we make it the default and it starts causing issues, I suppose. We don't anticipate any issues. We know that there is one or two apps that are out there. For example, Exodus do not yet have support. They've said that they are bringing support for it later on this year, though. They're doing it basically for Bitcoin, and then they're going to do it for all of the other, like, Vertcoin, DigiByte, for example. So we know that Exodus doesn't yet support Bech32. But there are, I think there's one or two others, and also, importantly, the removal of, when you are withdrawing from exchanges, that's when it's also going to matter. When you withdraw from, like, let's say Bittrex, for example, you can withdraw straight to a Bech32 address, so that's quite cool. I also mentioned about the DAP1 prefix that we've talked about yesterday. They don't specifically need to support it. In fact, I would recommend that they don't, because we want this specifically for DigiAsset supporting websites rather than just the Bech32 prefix in general. So, yeah, DGB1 prefix, that's what we're after right now. Yeah, I'll include a link in the description for this. Have a bit of a nosy through it. Feel free to pass it on. Raise a support ticket if your favorite wallet doesn't yet support sending to Bech32 addresses. And just ask them nicely. Why not? That's going to be all from me for today. I hope you've enjoyed this. Consider leaving a like, subscribe, hit the share button. You can reach me in the comment section below. I'll include links to all of these down there as well. Otherwise, I'll talk to you in the next video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.